Morning, everyone. How you all doing? Today this is probably going to be a short one or a long one. I don't know. And it's in regards to the idea that you should probably start disregarding institutional recognition. Why do I say this? Okay, because we, in times recent, because we saw how false all of the information from the was, right? And how wrong they were and all that other kind of thing. And we see it today in the political sphere. We see it in pretty much every aspect of our lives. We see all of the bad advice that we get from our parents, our peers, and all that other kind of thing, right? It's frustrating to constantly be let down over and over again, to see that they're wrong all the time, especially like with the Tylenol sort of thing, you know? Like, because oh, Tylenol's fine, or Panadol as it's called here. It's like, yeah, it's fine, it's perfectly safe, and then it's like, oh, by the way, it causes autism. Like, aren't you tired of that? Aren't you tired of them like listening to experts and sort of finding out that sometimes your intuition actually outdoes their field of expertise and specialization and all that other kind of thing? Like today, I actually I found that they found some kind of quantum sort of spiral from points in time, present points in time, where the present moment actually changes the past and the future. And I was thinking about this just like about 4 weeks ago. The idea that you can actually get intuitive understanding about the universe and everything alongside it means you don't actually need a degree. Sure, I can't actually explain the mathematical implications behind it or the mechanics behind it, but I definitely knew it existed. You know, you don't have to always understand the mechanics behind something to have an abstract idea on how things are going to work, is what I've noticed. You know, and we're now, and when I was like at university, like I was actually kind of shocked actually, because I'm reconsidering my role at university, because I found that the way that lecturers and the general, I guess, political sort of atmosphere and shit like that is not, wasn't an exaggeration. They really, really do like stink it up with all kinds of loony sort of stuff that you would see in right-wing memes and shit like that. It's not a joke, by the way. I don't want to fucking talk about politics on this channel. I don't ask me my opinion on any politics, but I can tell you now, they're not kidding. Like, a lot of that stuff's not an exaggeration. Anyway, I'm getting off track. I was talking about something called Orc-Or theory, which is the Orc-Or theory of consciousness, right? And I remember I was doing it for a scientific investigation, and the first thing that I was like, I was sort of scoffed at. It's like, oh, that's just sociology. I was like, okay, but no, but he's sort of like, oh, is it peer reviewed? Pulled it up. Yeah, peer reviewed studies, peer review, all that other kind of thing. Well, yeah, and then he just sort of walked off. Because some of these people in these institutions have such an ingrained idea about consciousness and about their own ideas, right? Some of them can't even comprehend the idea that they might be wrong. Just because you got to remember, when everything reflects itself, that means you're also going to get false reflections too. Think about that. You know, I think that's another thing, because everything's like built off reflection. The idea of getting some kind of mirage out of studying certain systems when it's actually not the case is possibly there. And you know, there's a reason why I don't include sources or that kind of thing. I'm starting to, like, you know, that like sources are now becoming a sort of a priori sort of thing in the field of politics and science and statistics and that kind of thing, because people only want to see from their sources, or they only want to see it fit their model. It's the same thing with how religion was back in the day, right? It's like, well, okay, you're not going to hell. It's like, well, have you consulted the Bible? Source? Can you tell me your interpretation? Huh? That kind of shit, you know? And it's the same with the Quran. Or like any kind of religious text. Because a lot of people who are, I guess, still stuck in the sort of matrix mind sort of religious framework is they still have this a priori assumption you need to consult the Bible, or you need to consult the Quran, or if you're an atheist, you need to consult science. You need to consult peer-reviewed scientists. You need to consult this paper. You need to consult this institution. You need to consult this political body. You need to consult this organization. We're such, I guess, sluts for words and ideas that we almost forget to make our own. Well, this video has been a lot longer than I actually anticipated. And you know what? I hope not to make more videos like this in the future, because I'm starting to realize this kind of stuff, it's like whining, and I'm tired of whining. I'm tired of seeing all the political bullshit I know that I cannot control, trying to, just shouting into the void almost. It's fucking tiring, man. Like, I want to now start studying, like, this also ties into the whole disregard institutional validation. I'm going to start studying science myself. I'm going to learn mathematics myself. And I'm going to start tying together key ideas and concepts myself. I will fucking make research papers on my own. And I will find a way to somehow gain some kind of validation from that. Even without any kind of formal training. That's what I want to do. And I would encourage you to do the same. So for me now, I'm now going out studying science completely on my own terms. And you should too. In fact, study everything on your own terms. Now, with all that in mind, you got to be careful, right? Because there's ego inflation. You can make some kind of bullshit up that you know. You're still like subject to delusions and falsehoods and all that other kind of thing. That's to err is human. Like erring is such a human thing, right? So you got to remember you're still a person and you can still fuck things up. But you can do it all on your own. So how would I say go about on your own? So be extremely severe with your ideas. Try to break them. Always try to break your ideas. Challenge them. Another thing, read as widely as you can on all subjects, because if you understand all subjects, you actually get a wider breadth. I actually want to do a video on how you actually mathematically can gain a much wider breadth of knowledge by doing actually multiple subjects, even if it's not to a certain specialization degree. And yep, constantly keep learning. That's really all there is to it. You just got to have a willingness to be very intellectually honest with yourself. And you have to have a willingness to learn, to push forward, and to let parts of yourself die off when they no longer serve you, which is what a lot of people do, I've noticed, with spiritual stuff or just in general. Like you look at the the motivation sphere with like Tony Robbins and that kind of thing, and you look at them and they sell this big idea about like, oh, you can do all this, and it's like, and you can preserve your identity while you're at it. It's bullshit, man. You cannot get farther without like letting go of false ideas about yourself, because what I've noticed is most people only really focus on like you got to work really hard, You gotta like basically break your back and give yourself a fucking pint of blood to get anywhere. Yeah. So the way I'm going to wrap this up is, boys and girls, study science yourself, study the occult yourself, but also be severe. Break your own ideas and assumptions down as ruthlessly as you fucking can to the, like, you got to also have some kind of certainty, but you got to be ruthless if you want to do all this yourself. So maybe it's not for everyone, even then. And I say, as a final note, because what I've noticed also, watch what you want to do and try to make some money out of it, even if it's not immediate. I'm not making money out of this right now, but I'm planning to. You know why? I've gone through enough jobs at the moment, including my present job, realizing no matter what job I change to, I'm going to fucking hate it. So now it's become a must for me to make this work, to make a living out of this, to make a living out of selling obscure products. I'm planning to make some soap. I am planning to do some kinds of alchemy and like learning alchemy and making my own little tinctures and products. Right? I'm planning to sell books. I'm planning to do more talks. I'm going to talk about science. I'm going to do all this stuff with no immediate guarantee of profit. You know why? Because that shit's not doing it for me anymore. If I'm supposed to be working, I ought to be working. Like, always anyway. If that makes sense. Because I was constantly worried about like finding a job that's easy and yielded a lot of money, and that I didn't want to kill myself out. I don't know how YouTube's going to interpret that, but you get the idea. And you know what? That job isn't coming. You know? I have to generate that opportunity for myself where I can earn my keep and do what I want to do. And you know what? That could take years. I've decided. Take years. But in the process, I'm going to enjoy it. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. This was a truly long one. I am yours truly, Baphomet. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the flip side.